Hi. Hi. Just hi. Hi. Welcome to the Optimum Human podcast. My name is Brian McKay. He's Klaud. We are your hosts of the Optimum Human podcast. Yes, my son, that is very true. Anyways, so that was our introduction today. Yep. Fortunately, we don't have a guest that would probably leave us, but yeah. Yep. So, uh, doing all right. The drugs seem to be working quite well this morning, and we are recording. I'm not certain if we should like restart this. And what do you think? Do you want to restart? It's fiasco. We should just change this to the Fiasco podcast. I kind of do too. The fitness fiasco. The Brian and Klaud show. Fiasco blasto. Almost rhymes. I I I can't possibly in all good conscience release this, dude. No, I think we're gonna restart this. Yes, we must. God damn it. Fine. Fine. All right. Are you sure it's not stupidity? Of every episode. Yeah, sometimes. We recommend breathing. Right. Do you treat your clients like children, Claude? Do some of them need parenting? Yes. Yeah, some different maybe. We'll see. Check the show notes. There may be a video, there may not. Yep. Yep, 1 century. Oh, you mean after that 4 minute okay. Over breathing. Over breathing, meaning breathing too much, too often, um, meaning not using diaphragm, using extra words, extra respiratory muscles. Wow, that's impressive. All right, it is a good day today, people. Yeah. So, one of the things that I run into that is very, very common with people is I will start working with them, and we always work on kind of relaxing some of the head, the upper traps, and the neck muscles, and all of that. And so, one thing that I have to explain to people is if you do not breathe correctly using your diaphragm, you can get massages, every other day, and with every breath, you're tightening those upper traps, causing stress in the neck, upper back, and all of that. So you can get massages all day long. And if you don't change how you're breathing, you're just going to keep repeating that pattern over and over and over and over again. Well, again, not using the diaphragm. Oftentimes we end up mouth breathing, so we breathe in through our mouth, not our nose. The most common cause for that is actually digestive inflammation, which then creates mucus in the nose. So one thing that our listeners or viewers can do just real quick, and this is something that I've been working on myself, is to just kind of notice if your nose is clogged. And the best way to do that is just go ahead and close off one nostril. Breathe in. And then the other one. Yep. Yeah, I have a talented nose. But yeah, so mine are, my left is moderately clogged. I would guess about 50%. My right is probably about 20 or 30% clogged. And so basically working on healing the digestive system, reducing inflammation, reducing the mucus is going to be very key for allowing us to properly nose breathe. Absolutely. Right. Nope. Yep. Yeah, I would agree. But one of the best ways to be able to do this is to practice breathing with exercise, or you can take 10 minutes a day or whatever, and actually do your practice your breathing exercises. And the more you do it, the more natural and unconscious it will become, because I have other things to think about than how I'm breathing the majority of the day. And so if we can, maybe not, I don't know, I mean, but yeah, so basically just start to get that breathing right through exercise daily, whether it's, again, breathing exercises, which we will show you a couple of today, or explain ourselves through them. And then we'll obviously do another video that kind of explains a few more different breathing styles or methods. But yeah, I don't know. Yep. Um, Typically, I'll go right into an exercise, so possibly laying down, or possibly on all fours, depending. Again, depending on where the person is. I mean, I may start teaching proper breathing with a deadlift. So, yep, that's I only trained you how to breathe that way. And that's probably how you should feel. You're welcome. Jesus Christ. All right, welcome to the most heterosexual podcast in the world. Yes. Jesus. Or you can just turn your self-driving car onto self-driving and lay in the back seat. Either or. Ah. Cruise control. All right, so thank you for the clarification, Claude. For the love of God, do not do that. If you're driving, don't do this stuff. Listen, re-listen later when you're at home in the comfort of your own home or office, safe. Or maybe not. Who knows? What was that? Stomach? Okay. God, how do we have any listeners at all? We might. Are we fun and entertaining, or just kind of like dumb and maybe, I don't know. Right? Nice little smorgasbord. Yeah. Yeah, that'll mean we've made it. Yep. Hmm. This is true. I mean, maybe we'll use that as the intro piece. Right, right. Maybe not. Well, I mean, so starting to breathe correctly is going to be using that diaphragm. There's lots of different layers in which we can do this. If you go and listen to our episode with Carl Weston, he describes square breathing, which basically you're doing a 4 second inhale, a 4 second pause, a 4 second exhale, and a 4 second pause, and that will really help to kind of slow everything down. So that's one method. There's so many different methods of breathing that it really, well, we can't really go into all of them. I'm frankly not aware of all of them. Um, it's difficult to admit that I don't know everything. Damn it! I know it really is. Yes, don't do that while driving either. Or sword swallowing. Don't do that while driving either. Oh, maybe I circus tricks. Oh, now you tell me. Hmm. I've got a couple other things I'd like to mention. So the one again, as we mentioned, so for instance, the squared breathing for 4 seconds inhale, 4 seconds rest, 4 seconds exhale, 4 seconds rest, or hold, excuse me. Um, that's going to be a way to kind of slow down everything, but yet it's still going to kind of keep sympathetic and parasympathetic equal. Now, what happens is again, getting into a bit of physiology here, we've got two basic branches of the central nervous system: the sympathetic, meaning fight or flight; the parasympathetic, meaning rest and digest. And one of the best ways to um, basically work with the two sides of the nervous system is with breath. Now, when we inhale, we're actually stimulating the sympathetic system. So that's why we often take a deep breath in and hold it when like we're getting yelled at, or there's some kind of major stressor, a car accident, whatever. Um, and then to stimulate the parasympathetic system is when we exhale. And so one of the things that we can do, because most people are high stress sympathetic dominant, is we can actually accentuate that exhale. So we can say maybe do a 2 second inhale and a 4 or maybe even 6 second exhale. What that does is that actually kind of slows everything down, stimulates the parasympathetic system, and gets us more into kind of a chill, even keel state. Another issue through the work that I've done is a lot of times if our rib angle, you can't really see, but if our ribs are wide, basically meaning that our obliques are stretched, um, basically what that is doing is that is forcing us into an inhaled position chronically. So if we're in a constant state of inhalation position, we're going to be in a constant state of sympathetic fight or flight mode. So one of the things that we can do through exercise is to really focus on strengthening the oblique muscles, closing that rib angle back down to where it should be, which should be, I believe, about 45 degrees each side. Oftentimes the rib angles are actually different from left side to right, and just kind of allow everything to close back in and stay in a bit more of a parasympathetic state, I guess, if you will. Or if you won't, I don't care. Nope, I'm very parasympathetic, so I just don't give a fuck. Hmm. Or Bing. I mean, we're not sponsored by either one. If either of you guys would like to sponsor us, shoot us a message. We'd be glad to work with you. Maybe not. Maybe not. What's that? Very, very vaguely. Maybe. I mean, I remember using Yahoo as a search engine years and years ago. It does. It does. Jesus. Yep. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty intense. There's actually another breathing method that I have just kind of begun to dabble with called the Buteyko breathing method. And I mean, basically, the way that it is sold is for asthmatics to basically reduce their breathing volume and kind of get things back rebalanced. But that's another thing that you may kind of want to check out. But that actually brings me to another point. I've been running into several people lately that are, I don't know if addicted is the right word, but drink a lot of pop. And at first thought is that people are craving the sugar from pop. Now, if you can replace the pop with, let's say, juice of some kind, and you're still getting that same sugar, and you're still craving the pop, it's most likely that you're actually craving the carbonation and the carbon dioxide. Now, thank you for asking, Klaud. I just to tee it up and yes. So basically, what that means is a person is in too much of a state of an inhalation phase, probably flared ribs, probably chest breathing, and again, breathing with that sympathetic dominance. What is that? Is what realistic? I would say so. Maybe a little bit. Well, to be honest with you, this is a bit of a theory of mine. However, it is. It is. I did. I did. What do you know? But yeah, I mean, basically through all this research that I've been doing on the breath, particularly as of late, um, that there's an imbalance of carbon dioxide to oxygen, and the body is just way too oxygenated, which again is going to be sympathetic instead of parasympathetic. So um, this is a theory that I have, and carbonated water may again be another option instead of pop. So you could try, maybe mixing orange juice with carbonated water. I think that's a drink, but um, yeah, that's screwdriver. No, carbonated water, seltzer, orange juice, right? Depending on your morning. But yeah, so if you drink pop and you try drinking juice and that's not satisfying your craving, and then you try carbonated water and that does, probably means you're craving the carbon dioxide, which means through your breathing you're actually getting in, or you're holding too much oxygen and breathing out too much carbon dioxide, so the balance is off between the two. Thank you. Carbon dioxide is different than carbon monoxide. And funny enough, I was just talking about this with a client last night, and he jokingly said, "Oh, so I should just go put my mouth on the tailpipe of the car." I'm like, no, 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 no. Yeah. Suicide, really. I don't think it would weld, but possibly melt. I don't know. Grant and the other two. I only remember Grant. Yeah, yeah. Grant, Tori, and what was the other guy? Oh, I thought Tori was a girl. I don't know. Either way, huge fans, huge fans. Thank you for all the work you've done. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, well. Right. I don't know. I think we may have made some of our listeners want to stop breathing, but confused, maybe. Right. It's funny when I do that, my eyes get bigger. It's like state of sympathetic. Ah, for effect. No, no. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for interesting. Interesting. Yes. Don't stop breathing. I mean, there's worse things you could say on the internet, I assure you. All right, and back to regular programming. Hopefully, we can increase our maturity level just a little bit. But full reign, right? Yeah, we may have to go back to just guests. Hmm. Let's tell everyone about us. Check out the Optimum Human podcast. Klaud, I understand why you're single. Yes, thank you for listening or watching. Yeah, uh, thanks, and we'll see you next time, hopefully with some more ridiculousness as well as some more actual good, useful information. It's a decent ratio. Until next time, we bid you adieu.